Okay, good morning. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry, I was late. Okay, okay. Yesterday we discussed about quadratic functions. Quadratic functions, basic things I explained. Okay, I'll revise what we discussed last night. We discussed the basic equation of quadratic functions, right? What's the basic equation? Y equal quadratic functions. Okay, come to lesson. Quadratic functions. Quadratic functions. Okay, what is the basic equation of quadratic functions? Y equal ax squared. Y equal ax squared plus bx plus c is the basic equation, the common equation for quadratic functions. And I told in quadratic functions, we mainly discussed about which type graphs? Parabolic shapes graphs. These parabolic shapes, I told there are two types, that can be maximum parabolic shapes or minimum parabolic shapes, right? They are the maximum parabolic shapes and they are the minimum parabolic shapes. This is a maximum parabolic shape and this is a minimum parabolic shape. Okay. Now, do you remember I told some names of this common equation? What is this term name? What's the name of this term? First term. Dinul, you was absent. Why? Why? Yesterday. Okay, yes. This is ax squared. Uh, Put this record. No need to watch recording actually. We did this past paper question last day. Yeah, you have to watch this. Okay, this is a common equation. What is a common equation? Y equal ax squared plus bx plus c is a common equation. In this equation, the ax squared we called as a quadratic term. Quadratic term. Quadratic term. Quadratic term. The bx term we called as unit term. Unit term. The c is a constant term. Constant term. Constant term. Okay. They are the parts of this common equation of the quadratic functions. Any quadratic functions, this is a common equation, they are the parts. Okay. Now I separately explain what are the common name for A, B and C. They always constant. A, B and C are constant values, just values. And x and y, x squared, x and y, they are variables. Mainly x and y, same as unit functions, y equal mx plus c equation. X and y are variables, a, b, c are constant values. The a we called as quadratic coefficient or quadratic constant. The b we called as unit constant or unit coefficient. C we called as, it's a constant coefficient. Constant coefficient. Okay. This part we discussed. Okay, now finally I explain according to the equation. According to the equation, how to find, is it positive, sorry, it is maximum quadratic function or minimum quadratic function. Okay, how you can find this? According to the a coefficient side. According to the a coefficient side. Remember, y equal ax squared plus bx plus c is a common equation. If it is a value plus value, if it is a plus value, is it maximum or minimum? A value plus now. Denote. Is it maximum or minimum? The function? No, no. If it is a plus value, it's always minimum. Remember. Anip pattern minimum. Minimum mean that's the shape of this. That's the shape. That's the shape. Remember, very simple. This quadratic function part, very simple. If it is a value minus value, if it is a minus value, maximum or minimum? It is maximum. It's maximum. Maximum. Okay, this is the shape of the function. Maximum. Okay, that's only we discussed last week. Okay, up to now, do you have any doubt? Up to now, do you have any doubt? Okay. Okay. Now, let's practice only one question. Okay, first one. Y equal minus 8x squared plus 3x minus 2. Maximum or minimum? Denote. Is it maximum or minimum? Is it maximum or minimum? Good. Others? Dulain? Maximum or minimum? Very good. Maximum. Maximum. How you can decide? According to the a coefficient side. If it is minus, it is maximum. If it is plus, it is minimum. Easy, right? Easy. Second one. Y equal 10x squared minus 3x plus 1. Maximum or minimum? Maximum or minimum? Yes, definitely it is minimum. Hari. Dinul, you have to complete your note now. Now, මෙතෙන් විතර අපි කරේ. Please complete your note. Watching recording. Hari. Okay, come to the today lesson. Come to the today lesson. Write down the topic. Turning point coordinates of quadratic functions. 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 This is the today topic. Turning point coordinates of quadratic functions. Turning point coordinates of quadratic function. turning point coordinates of quadratic functions. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, we have very simple equation. We have very simple equation y equal 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. I have very simple equation. 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 is a quadratic function. Okay, tell me, is it maximum or minimum? Is that maximum or minimum? Maximum or minimum? Yes, it is minimum graph. Okay, understand, it is very simple. Actually, this quadratic function part very simple. Very important part is unit functions. Lot of exam question, as I explained last day, lot of exam questions and lot of MCQ and essay questions came from unit functions. Making ප්‍රශ්න දෙක තුන ඇවිත් තියෙන exam. හරි. It's very easy part. Okay, this is the x axis and this is the y axis. Y axis. Okay, now how about the shape? It is minimum. You all are correct. It is minimum. Okay, but we don't know where it is turning point. Turning point means if it is minimum, the turning point is a minimum point. If it is minimum quadratic function, the turning point is a minimum. I don't know where it is turned, but think this is a turning point. I want to make a turning point. I want to calculate the turning point x coordinate and turning point y coordinate. They are the coordinate of turning point of the quadratic function. They are the turning point of, coordinate of turning point of any quadratic function. Okay, I want to calculate the minimum point or turning point coordinates. If it is minimum quadratic function, the minimum points are the turning points. Understand? Okay. If it is minimum quadratic function, minimum points are the quadratic function. If it is minimum quadratic function, the minimum point is a turning point. Minimum point is a turning point. If you got maximum one, maximum quadratic function, the turning point is a maximum point. I got maximum point is a turning point. Okay, now this is an example. This is an example. I want to calculate turning point or bending point or minimum point coordinates. All are correct. Turning point or bending point or minimum point coordinates. If it is minimum quadratic function, the turning point is the minimum point of this graph. Minimum. This is a minimum point. Other all points greater than this point. I got? Okay. This is the minimum point coordinates or turning point coordinates. Now, how you can calculate the minimum point coordinates? Any method? Any idea? How you can calculate the minimum point coordinates? How you can calculate minimum point coordinates? Now, how you can calculate the minimum point coordinates or turning point coordinates? Okay, it is very simple. Okay, we have very simple equation. Okay, what is my requirement? At the turning point, x coordinate and y coordinate, right? At the turning point or minimum point, x coordinate and y coordinate. They are the turning point coordinates. It can be turn වෙන coordinate. Hari? Understood? Understood what we finding here? අපි හොයන එක තේරුණාද? Question me. They are the turning point coordinates. Turning point coordinates mean if it is minimum graph, minimum point coordinates. If it is maximum graph, maximum point coordinates. Dinul? Understood, right? Hari. Now our challenge, how to calculate this? How to find this? How to find this? Okay, it is very simple. We have very simple equation. Very simple equation. We have very simple equation. turning point x coordinate, turning point x coordinate, turning point x coordinate, we can easily calculate very simple equation minus b over 2a. This is the equation. Minus b over 2a is the equation. Minus b over 2a. Now last day I already explained how to find a, b, c values. Api godak practice kara matakai. That's the purpose. Okay, now what is a minus b? Minus coming from equation. Then what is the value of b? This is a, this is a b, and this is a c. It is 2. 2. Then divide by 2 multiplied by a. What is a? 3. Now minus 2 divided by, now 2 to 2 actually cancel out. Minus 1 divided by 3. Minus 1 divided by 3 is the x coordinate value of the turning point. Turning point x coordinate value. මෙන්න මෙයාගේ value එක අපි අඳපු විදිහ හරියට හරි minus 1 over 3. Minus 1 over 3. I got understood? I just substitute into this basic equation. Minus b over 2a is the turning point x coordinate equation. Turning point x coordinate, what is the equation? Practice. Minus b over 2a. Minus b over 2a. Minus b over 2a. Minus b, how to find minus b? Minus coming from equation. Minus any equation. B value you can get by equation. A value you can find by equation. This is a turning point x coordinate. Now our next challenge, how to calculate turning point y coordinate. How to calculate turning point y coordinate? Any idea? Now easy. Any idea? Hitan. Any idea? Think. Now x already know. But I need to calculate y. What I can do? Very good, Dino. Others, think. What I can do? Substitute, yes. X coordinate, x value already got. This x value, just substitute into this equation. Then you can get the y value. Very easy. Actually, this quadratic function is very simple. Making prashna nae. You have to more focus into unit functions. Yesterday we discussed full essay question from unit functions. Therefore, unit functions very important. Now, unit functions we discussed every part. Therefore, no in doubt. Okay, now you can substitute. Y equal 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 is the equation. Now x value you already know. 3 into minus 1 over 3 squared, then multiply 2 times. Minus 1 over 3 plus 2 into minus 1 over 3 plus 1. This is the value of y coordinate. This is the value of y coordinate, right? Then 3 to 3 cancel out. 3 to 3 cancel out. Minus 1 into minus 1, it is plus 1. Plus 1 over 3 plus 2 into minus 1, it is minus 2. Minus 2 over 3 plus 1. Plus 1. Okay, how to get the final value? How to get the final value? You can get the common value 3. Then it is 1 plus into minus 2 plus 3 into 1, 3. 1 minus 2, it is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 3, it is 2 over 3. 2 over 3. 2 over 3. 2 over 3 is actually this is arrow. Make a measurement. Okay, this is a y coordinate, turning point y coordinate value. Turning point y coordinate value. Hi. This check again, minus 1 into minus 1 plus over 3, correct? 2 into minus 1 minus 2 divided by 3, 1. Yeah, correct, right? Correct. 2 over 3 is the value. 2 over 3 is the value. 2 over 3 is the value. Okay, this is a y coordinate now. This is a y coordinate. It is 2 over 3. And they are the x coordinate. This is x coordinate. It is minus 1 over 3. Minus 1 over 3. Okay. Are you good? Understood? Afsar? Could you understand? But it is little bit difficult method, no? The substitution method. I will give you another short method. I will give you another short method to calculate the y coordinate. Okay, this is a short method. That is a method. Previous one is the actual method. But I will give you short method. Make up use karan puluwan walata. Now what is the equation? Y equal 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 is the equation. Okay, I will give you short method. The y value equal turning point y coordinate. Turning point y coordinate. Turning point y coordinate equal 4ac minus b squared over 4a. 4ac minus b squared over 4a. Remember 4ac. 4 is a constant. A value 3, c value 1. Minus b squared 4. B squared mean 2 squared 4. Divide by 4 into a mean 3. It's easy, mean 4 into 3 it is 12. 12 into 1, 12. Minus 4. 4 into 3, 12. 4 into 3, 12. Now 12 minus 4 it is 8. 8 over 12. 2 over 3 again. Understood? That's a short method. That's a short method to calculate the turning point y coordinate. Both methods correct. May I make a substitute amari wage hitana you can use our short method. Same answer come. Understood? Dule? Hi. Hi. First, write down our first example. First example, then we can practice more 2 or 3 questions. Then it will be easy. Clearly note down. This is a turning point x coordinate. This is a y coordinate by substitution method. Method note down up to this level. Complete. Okay, write down as short method. Write down, oh sorry, this one. This is a short method. Short method. Write down this method. Done. Complete. Question number 1. Imit complete. Question number 1. Y equal 5x squared. This is question number 1. Y equal 5x squared plus 20x minus 2. Question part 1. Is this quadratic function maximum or minimum? Maximum or minimum? The second one, calculate minimum or maximum point coordinates. Calculate minimum or maximum point coordinates. Hari. First tell me what is the first part answer? What's the first part answer? It is minimum. Yes, it is minimum. How you can decide according to the A coefficient sign. It is a minimum graph. Minimum. Minimum. Then what you need to calculate? Minimum. Minimum is the answer. Then you need to calculate minimum coefficient, minimum point coordinates. Oh, sorry. You need to calculate minimum point coordinate, maximum point. There is no any maximum point. You can find minimum point coordinates. Minimum point coordinates. I want minimum point. Actually, minimum point is a turning point now. Minimum point, what is the x coordinate and what is the y coordinate? Okay, what is x coordinate? Minimum point x coordinate or turning point x coordinate. Turning point x coordinate. How to calculate turning point x coordinate? What's the equation? Very simple. Minus b over 2a. Minus coming from equation b value 20. Divide by 2a mean 2 into 5. Yeah, it is minus 20 over plus 10. It is minus 2. Minus 2. This is x coordinate. Minus 2 is x coordinate. Then y coordinate. Y coordinate. You can substitute. Y equal ax squared, not ax now. 5x squared plus 20x minus 2. 5x squared. 5 into minus 2 squared plus 20 into x minus 2 minus 2. Now 5 minus 2 squared, it is 4. 5 into 4, it is 20. 20 minus 2. 20 into minus 2, it is minus 40. Minus 40. Minus 2. Now plus minus minus 20 minus 40 minus 2. Okay. 20 minus 40, it is minus 20. Minus 20 minus 2, it is minus 22. Minus 22. This is a y coordinate. Correct? Mohari? Ola correct? Good. Okay, perfect. If not, you can use the equation, right? To calculate x. Sorry, calculate y. Is it coming same answer? Okay. What is the equation? Y equal minus 4ac. Sorry, 4ac minus b squared over 4a. This is the equation. Let's substitute. 4az. 4. A value 5. C value minus 2. Minus b squared. B squared means 400 over 4 into a 5. Now 4 into 5, it is 20. 20 into 2, 40 minus 40. Minus 40 minus 400. Divide by 5 into 4, it is 20. 20. Now minus 40 minus 400 minus 440. Minus 440 divide by 20. 0 to 0 cancel out. Minus 22. Understood? Both methods correct, right? Okay. Second question. Second question. Y equal minus 10 squared, 10x squared plus 100x minus 12. Okay, let's calculate the turning point coordinates. Okay, first of all, is it maximum or minimum? Maximum or minimum? Is that maximum or minimum? It is maximum. Yes, it's maximum. Why? A coefficient is minus. E coefficient minus. Therefore, maximum. Okay, now you can calculate the maximum point coordinates. And it is a maximum quadratic function. Maximum quadratic function. And you can calculate maximum point coordinates now. Maximum point coordinates. Now you can calculate maximum point coordinates. Maximum point is the turning point of this quadratic function. See, if it is maximum one, this is x and this is y axis. If you got this type graph, the turning point is a maximum point, right? If it is turning point, this is a maximum point of this graph. That's why we call turning point coordinates. If it is maximum quadratic function, this is maximum point coordinates. Maximum point coordinates are the turning point coordinates. Hari? Hari. Now you can calculate. Okay, what's the x value? Yeah. What's the x value? X equal minus b over 2a minus b minus 100 divide by 2a, 2 into minus 10 minus 100 divide by minus 20. It's 5 plus 5. plus 5. Okay, now what is a y value? That's a challenging one. You can just substitute y equal minus 10x squared plus 100x minus 12 minus 10 into 25 plus 100 into 5 500 minus 12 10 into 25 250 minus plus 500 minus 12 minus 250 plus 500 plus 250 250 minus 12 238. Easy, right? Correct, Yumit? Vihanga? Good. If you want, you can use equation as well. Hari, both methods correct. Hari. They are the turning point coordinates. Okay, let's calculate only one and the question. Harne demo. Yes. Ola correct. Okay, final one. Final one. Y equal x squared minus 3x minus 4. Maximum or minimum? Maximum or minimum? Minimum. Now you can calculate minimum point coordinates. Minimum point coordinates, x and y coordinates of the minimum point. Calculate quickly. Okay. What is x? What's x? Minus b over 2a. What's x? 1.5. The others, yeah. Okay, let's see. Hurry. Minus b. This is special. This is important. Minus this minus mark coming from equation. Then the b value also minus 3. Minus 3. 2 into 1. X squared mean 1. X squared mean 1. Yes, very good, Dhule. Okay, minus plus. It is 3. 3 over 2. 1.5. Very good. 1.5. Good. Good. All the same. Good. Hi. Now 1.5 you can substitute into common equation. Y equal x squared minus 3x minus 4. X squared 1.5 squared 1.5 squared minus 3 into 1.5. 3 into 1.5 minus 4. Okay, what's 1.5 squared? 2.25, right? 2.25 minus 3 into 1.5 is 4.5 minus 4. Now 2.25 minus 4.5. What's value? 2.25 minus 4.5 minus 4. Just calculate. Is minus 6.25. Minus 6.25. Yeah. Yeah, method 2.25 minus 2.25 minus 4 minus 6.25. Okay, that is a y value. That's a y value. Okay, now you can find any quadratic function turning point. You can decide is it maximum or minimum. Very simple. According to the a coefficient, Amaya, is it maximum or minimum? This one, maximum or minimum? It is minimum. Yes, this is the shape. It's minimum, and they are the turning point coordinates. They are turning point coordinates. Now this is a minimum one. This is a minimum one. Now we can approximately sketch this. No, we can approximately sketch this. Okay, this is a Cartesian plane. This is a Cartesian plane. This is a Cartesian plane. X and y. Okay, now it is minimum one. Then we can sketch the part of the graph. It's a minimum one. Therefore, we should know this is a shape. This is a shape. Not maximum, it is minimum. And turning point coordinates, x value 1.5. Think this is the 1.5. X y value minus 6.25. Minus 6.25. 6.25. Okay, this is the turning point coordinates. This is the turning point coordinates. Okay, tell me, to sketch this graph, what are the missing data? අපිට මේක graph එක අඳින්න ඕන නම් තව මොනවද ඕනේ? What are the missing data? Okay, this is a turning point coordinates. This is a turning point coordinate. If you want to draw this graph like this, what are the data required additional? තව මොනවද අපිට ඕනේ? What are the data required? Yeah, other point of coordinates mean which coordinates? Which coordinates? Okay, what are the other minimum data I want to draw this graph? මොනවද ඕනේ? Okay, see, if I can find x-axis cut in 2 points. Now you can see two x-axis cutting point. If you got a straight line, it's only one x-axis cutting point. No, it's only one cutting point. But the difference in parabolic shapes, it has two x-axis cutting points. It has two x-axis cutting point. These are one point. These are another point. x1 and x2. If we can find x1 and x2, we can easily draw a sketch of this diagram, right? Yes, the cutting points on the x-axis. They are the missing data now. ඒව දන්නවනම් අපිට අදින්න පුළුවන් බැරිද? We can draw. We can draw approximate sketch diagram. Okay, that's the final target of this lesson. Okay, write down our final topic of the lesson. X-axis cutting point calculations. X-axis cutting point calculation. 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 Now come to lesson. This is the final part. After this part, you can draw any sketch diagram. If I given any equation, you can draw a sketch diagram. Very simple. Okay, now tell me x-axis cutting point. That's our final challenge. X-axis cutting point. X-axis cutting points. X-axis cutting points. Okay, how to calculate x-axis cutting point and what is the principle here? Remember, understand the final part of the lesson. Remember, now this is the Cartesian plane, x and y. And this is a maximum, or let's take a minimum graph, minimum quadratic function. Okay, tell me at the cutting point of x-axis, what is the y value? At the cutting point of x-axis of the graph, what are the y value of these points? Again, if you got this x1 value, what is the y value? What is the y value? It is 0. Very good. It's 0. That's the principle. x1 comma 0 is the coordinate of this point. If you got this x2 point, x2 comma 0, because x-axis cutting mean the y value 0. Y value 0. Y value 0. Okay, this is the main principle of calculation of x-axis cutting point. When the cutting point of at the cutting point of x-axis, always y value what happened? Y coordinate is 0. Y coordinate is 0. Okay, now you can calculate. Now let's take any example. Let's take an example. Let's take previous example. Y equal x squared minus 3x, x squared minus 3x minus 4. Okay, I just want to calculate x-axis cutting points. X-axis cutting points. Okay, how to calculate x-axis cutting point? X-axis cutting point at the y equals 0. Y equals 0, x squared minus 3x minus 4. Okay, that's the method. But this calculation little bit hard. මෙයා මෙහෙට පුළුවන් අපිට මෙහෙම කරන්න. මෙයා මෙහෙට ගේන්න. You can get 4 into this side, then x squared minus 3x. Okay, then you can make a fraction වලට කඩලා you can calculate x1 and x2 values. But it little bit difficult. Okay, I'll give you very short methods. I'll give you very short methods to calculate x-axis cutting points. හරි මේකටත් අපිට equation එකක් තියෙනවා. Very simple. Okay, that's the principle. Plus, first understand the principle is at the cutting point of x-axis, always y-axis 0, y value 0. That's the principle. Calculate the x-axis cutting point. Okay, now we can use this equation to calculate this value. X equal minus b plus or minus 4ac divide by 2a. So the b squared minus 4ac square root over 2a. Okay, this is the equation. Okay, it is a short and simple method. Okay, let's calculate. I want x-axis cutting points. Okay, tell me what is the minus b value? X cutting points. Tell me what is the minus b? Minus b minus 3, right? Clearly understand. Minus 3 because it is minus 3 b value. Then minus 3 plus or minus b squared. B squared means minus 3 squared. It is 9. 9 minus 4 into a value 1, c value minus 4. Square root divide by 2a. 2a mean 1 again. Okay, this is the equation. Okay, how to solve this equation now? This is a method. Minus 3 to minus 3 it is plus 3. Plus or minus important. 9 minus 4 into 1 it is 4. 4 into minus 4, it is minus 16. Minus 16. Minus 16 is square root. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Right. Now we can solve easily. Okay, 9 minus 16, it is 25, right? 25. 25 square root 5. 25 square root 5. Okay, now I can calculate first x-axis cutting point. X1 equal 3 plus 5 over 2. It is 4, right? It is 4. First cutting point is the 4. If you got second cutting point, x2 equal 3 minus 5 over 2. 3 minus 5, it is minus 2. Minus 2 over 2, it is minus 1. I got any doubt? Okay. Write down the topic x-axis cutting point calculation and write down the first point. At the x-axis cutting point of any quadratic functions, at the x-axis cutting point of any quadratic function, at the x-axis cutting point of any quadratic function, its y coordinate value 0. Its y coordinate value always 0. Its y coordinate value always 0. Its y coordinate value always 0. Second point, using the above principle, you Okay, sorry. There was a connection issue. Now can you hear me? Hi. Second point. Second point. What I told. According to above principle. According to above principle, the coordinates of x-axis. According to above principle, the coordinate of x-axis cutting points can be calculated as follows. Coordinate of x-axis cutting points can be calculated as follows. As follows. Okay, write down first example. First example. First example. Y equal x squared minus 3x minus 4. Its turning point coordinates. Turning point coordinates. Now you already know. One of the turning point coordinates, send me. Previous question we calculate turning point then all and pull up. Turning point coordinate was 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 comma x coordinate y.5 minus 6.25. Okay, they are the turning point coordinates. Turning point coordinates. Okay, write down as a first example. Okay, now you can sketch. Now you can sketch this. It's x and this is y. This is a 1.5. This is 6 point minus 6.25. This is a turning point. But the problem, we don't know x-axis cutting points. Okay, now you have calculate x-axis cutting points are 4 and minus 1. Okay, this is a minus 1. This is a 4. Now you can draw a sketch diagram like this. Okay, this is the minimum quadratic function. Understood? Devna? Okay, clearly draw this and write down. Okay, complete. Done. Hi. Okay, let's practice two more questions. Okay, let's take previous question. Become first question now. Yeah, this one. -2 and yeah. Okay, this is a second question. This is a second question. Let's modify this. Now you already know turning point coordinates. -2 and -22. -2 and -22. Hurry. Okay, uh, this is a quadratic equation and turning point coordinates given. Turning point coordinates -2, comma -22. They are the turning point coordinates. Turning point coordinates. Your challenge, calculate, first part, calculate x-axis cutting points, x-axis cutting points, and sketch the graph. Sketch the graph on Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane. Okay. That's your Cartesian plane. Okay, that's the question. Calculate the x-axis cutting point, x-axis cutting points, and sketch the graph on the Cartesian plane. Hurry. Turning point coordinates are given. Turning point coordinates given. This is question number 1. Hurry. Hurry. Very simple. Okay. Complete. Could you get x-axis cutting points? Okay. How to calculate x-axis cutting point? X, very easy. X equal minus b plus o minus. You have to remember these three equations. What is the first equation? First equation that came up. Okay. What is the first equation? Turning point x coordinate minus b over 2a. This is a short method equation to calculate y. What's the equation? What's the equation? 4ac minus b squared over 4a. That's only you have to remember for turning point coordinates. To get the x-axis cutting points, minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac square root over 2a. 2a. Hi. You have to remember these equations. Only you have three equations. Entire quadratic function part. Only three. Very easy. Hi. Get the value. Minus b. Minus b mean minus 20, right? Plus or minus b squared 400 minus 4ac 4 into a5 c minus 2 divide by 2a. 2a mean 2 into 5. Minus 20. Now 400 minus 4 into 5 20. 20 into 2 40 minus 40. Minus 40. That means minus minus 40 plus it is 440. 440 minus 20 plus or minus 440 square root divide by 10. Okay, tell me 440 square root, what is the value? Square root 440. $20.98. 20.98. Okay, then x1 equal the first x-axis cutting point minus 20 plus 20.98 divide by 10. Divide by 10. It is 0.98 divided by 2 divide by 10. Okay, minus 20, yes, correct, plus 20.98 means 0.98. 0.98 divided by 2 divide by 10, 0.098. Then how you got 0.1? 0.098. What's your answers? 0.098. Yes. The first x-axis cutting point 0.098. The second one 0.098 plus. The second one x2 minus 20 minus 20.98. It is 40.98 now. Divide by 10. 4.09. No? 40.98. Yeah. 4.098. Correct? 40.98. Yes. 4.098. Yes. 4.09. Okay. Now you already know turning point coordinates and x-axis cutting point. Vihanga, correct? Dulen? Hari. Now you can sketch this. Very simple. You can sketch this. Hari. This is my Cartesian plane. This is x-axis. And this is a y-axis. Turning point coordinates. Sorry. Where turning point coordinates? This one. -2, -22, -2. This is a -2. -22. Approximately, I think this is a -22. Okay. Then this is the turning point coordinates. This is the turning point coordinates. Now, what are the x-axis cutting point? 0.098. It is very close to 0. 0.098. Next one, 4.098. 4.098. 4.098. Okay, now you can draw a smooth curve like this. Like this. This is a sketch. First you have to decide this is minimum. A value plus, it's minimum, and this is a shape. This is a shape. Okay, do you have any doubt? That's the end of coordinate geometry lesson. Quadratic functions. Do you have any doubt? I'll give you homework. I'll give you homework question, and next week we can start our new lesson. New lesson. Next week mean after New Year. Next week, today 5th, no? Again, you have class 18th and 19th. 18th and 19th. 11 and 12 you have break. You don't have class. एक अपी 12th class एक अपी 18th करमो. After that you have both days. Saturday night you have paper class. Paper class means we doing 1 hour to 1.5 hour. I hope to discuss some important questions. අපි කරපු lessons වලින් අපි questions කරමු. Measurement questions. එම questions ටිකක් කරගෙන යන් Saturday night 8 p.m. to 9 to 9:30. And our regular theory class we doing on same time. හරිද? මේක දිගටම යනවා දැන්. Saturday and Sunday. ඉතින් ලෝකේ yeah, every Saturday අපි අපි ඊයේ ආවේ නැහැ. ඊයේ අපි discuss කරා some past paper questions. I hope to discuss continue that. Continue to discuss past paper questions, model paper. Questions stick කරගෙන යන්න. Saturday, then as regular you have Sunday class. Okay, homework. Then we have enough time. After Saturday we have 1.5 hours and Sunday we have 2 hours. එතකොට 3.5 hours තියෙනවා. We can easily complete our works. Hari, this is a question. Homework. Y equal minus 2x squared minus 8x minus 3. First question, is it maximum or minimum quadratic function? Is it maximum or minimum quadratic function? Second question, calculate minimum or maximum point coordinate. That means turning point. Maximum point coordinates. Minimum or maximum point coordinates. Third one, calculate x-axis cutting points. Calculate x-axis cutting point coordinates. Final one, sketch the graph on a Cartesian plane. Sketch the graph on a Cartesian plane. Sketch the graph on a Cartesian plane. You don't need any graph paper. Sketch diagram, not a full diagram. It's a sketch, just sketching. Okay, now we have another 10 minutes. Let's discuss one past paper question. Quickly write down this or take a screenshot. Hi. This is from unit functions. Consider the following equation. Can you see this? Consider the following equation. Out of above, which equation could be perpendicular to the straight line y equal 2x. What's the answer? That's from unit function. Okay, you can check one by one. If it is perpendicular, their gradient multiplication is -1. Matakai? Their gradient multiplication -1. Now what to do? A equation gradient minus half, then the given equation 2, then minus half into 2, it is -1, right? Then it is correct. A correct. A correct. Plus half, no, wrong. Minus half again correct. A and C. Very simple. බලන්න අහලා තියෙන questions. Very simple. විහංග හරි correct. Okay, you can find all questions now. මේක දැන් පුළුවන් මේ දැන් උඩ තියෙන ඔක්කොම පුළුවන්. You can work on these papers now. Okay, that's why we start Saturday class to discuss these completed part questions. Questions කරගෙන යන්න. Well, in your side, I need your maximum help. You have to complete all questions before discuss. මේව කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒවා කරන්න. මේ දැන් පුළුවන් මේ maths questions, trigonometry questions, statistic still you can't. These rotational motion questions, force questions, පුළුවන් දැන්. See, again asking same question. If the two straight lines of equation y equal 2x plus 3 and 2y equal mx plus 4 are perpendicular to each other, what is the value of m? What's the value of m? What's the value of m? Full essay structured questions exam එනවා ඊයේ අපි කරේ දිනු. That was full essay question. හැමදාම එන්නේ නැහැ. Not it's compulsory. Statistic questions coming every year. දැන් අපි exams තිබිලා තියෙනවානේ 11 exams. ඒකේ 4 පාරක් විතර essay questions ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. Not every time. Yeah. Yeah, they are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, gradient multiplication 2 into m equal -1. Then m equal -1 over 2. -1 over 2. හරි අපි 2017 වල quadratic functional එකක් හොයාගමු. No quadratic function. I think 2020 there is a question. Yeah, this is a question, Dinul, we discussed yesterday. Again, I think 2023 there was essay question. This one. Yeah. The diagram show a suspension bridge with a parabolic cable hanging between two towers. Hanging between two towers. The coordinates of two endpoints of the cable are given. Which of the following equation model the parabolic shape of the cable? Now parabolic shapes given, sketch diagram is given. This is a turning point. 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 And this is the end point. This is a symmetric cable. Symmetric parabolic shape. The question asks, what is the equation of that? What's the equation of that? What's the equation of that? Okay, take 1 minute and complete, calculate. Okay, what happened? Simplified? Jumit? Pulang not? Yes, yes. Second one is the answer. Okay, it is very simple. Now already graph is given. Now you don't need to find A, B, and C. Very simply you can get me. The graph is given. Now you can substitute into this equation. Me. Now y x value you can substitute. For first equation, if you substitute, select this point, then you can see you can substitute x value. Then x value mean 60 squared, 60 squared, 180 into 60 squared. 60x squared means 3600. Is it not coming 20? No, it's not coming 20. Therefore, this is not the equation. This is not the equation. Do you remember yesterday we did the equation path of the ball? Is it hitting the wicket or not? Same type. Same type quadratic function question. Now second one. Second one problem, it is not given in correct order. Actually, y equal, you have to convert into correct order. Y equal x squared over 180 is actual order. Now you can substitute x squared 3000, x squared 3600, 180. Then 360 over 18, it is 20. It is equal to this point. Then answer 2. Maybe the check you can try, you can check other questions in same format, same method. It is not same. Therefore, answer number 2. Understood, Yumit? Yes, we have good. Dinul? We have only one question. Adisa. 22. The path of the basketball shown in the picture can be modeled by the equation of y equal minus 0.5x squared plus 4x plus 2. Yeah, this is the equation. If the ball reached to the maximum height at x equal 4, this is x equal. What is the height of the h is asking? Take only 1 minute. Quickly calculate. Now ball reached the maximum. The height is x value equal 4. The question asks this maximum height. Maximum height. Very simple, this one. What's the method? Dulen? What's the method? The x coordinate already given. If you got this is a maximum quadratic function. Okay, maximum quadratic function. Turning point x coordinate already given. Then to calculate the y coordinate, what's the method? Substitute. Good. Substitute x. Very good. අපි කරපු එකේ part එකක් කරලා දීලා තියෙන්නේ. The question asks the remaining part. the remaining part. The y equal minus 0.5x squared plus 4x plus 2. The question asks maximum point. Maximum point means turning point. Turning point y coordinate. The x coordinate already given. Minus 0.5 x squared 16 plus 4 into x 4 plus 2. 0.5 into 16, it is 8 minus 8 plus 16 plus 2. Minus 8 plus 16, it is 8 plus 8 plus 2, 10 units. 10 units. Very good. Okay, they are the exam questions. Essay questions nang avit nathi taram make. Okay, small MCQ questions. You can check other papers as well. As I remember, no any other questions. You can check. Check kala balan ma hitan mechcharai thiye. Okay, that's the quadratic function past papers completed. Quadratic function lesson completed. With this part, the coordinate geometry also completed. Okay, as what are the lessons we completed? Then kochra karla da. How many lessons? Measurement. Next, area volume. Third, trigonometry. Fourth, work energy. Fifth, rotational motion. Sixth, one, force. Forces. 7, mechanical properties of matters. Mechanical properties. Mechanical properties. 8, coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry. Yeah, coordinate geometry. Completed. 8 lessons done. Yeah, that's all, right? No, Pythagoras theorem but let's take another one session to complete this. Okay, 8 lessons done. Pythagoras api separately kare nahi api we discuss questions only, right? I will give you brief session. Within 1 hour we can complete Pythagoras theorem. You have to explain. I need to explain about Pythagoras triples. Pythagoras triples part ek kare nahi. You know, Pythagoras triple. It's very simple, small part. Okay, that's only we can. Yeah, I can remember. Hari, 8 lessons completed. How many lessons remain? We have 17 lessons. Don't worry, we have time. Now, the thing, you have to go through again this lesson and complete, again revise and again doing questions. That's very important. Otherwise, if you forget any part of this lesson, it's a issue because we have a lot of new lessons. Please complete as soon as possible and practice again and again. Okay, 8 lessons done. Next, after New Year break, we can start a new lesson. That's, I will inform what's the lesson. Still, it is not ready. I'll inform what's the lesson. We can start electricity or fluid mechanism. We can start No, we have to start chemistry lesson now. Chemistry lesson. Thermochemistry or kinetic chemistry. Before thermochemistry, we have to complete heat. Yeah, this is a lesson, heat. Our very important next 3 lessons. 9th lesson, heat energy. That's a physics lesson. This heat energy lesson very important to our 10th and 11th lessons. 10th and 11th lessons are chemistry lessons. They are chemistry. Our 10th lesson thermochemistry, 11th lesson kinetic chemistry. May dekatama make on heat. Okay, let's start. Heat is a very bulk lesson, but it's a very interesting lesson. Heat expansion, heat transformation, heat measurements, quantity of heat. Okay, parts only we have 4 parts. Very simple lesson, but it's little bit bulk. Okay, I'll ready your tute and I'll inform as soon as possible after New Year break. I'll send you note and we can start heat lesson. And May lessons, very important lessons in our syllabus, because we are going to start chemistry lessons from 10th lesson. At the chemistry this is the first chemistry lesson. We are going to start thermochemistry. Before we start thermochemistry, we have to complete heat energy lesson. Okay, that's our plan. Okay, do you have any doubt? Yeah, we have bio lessons too. Yeah, මෙතනින් පස්සේ අපි after kinetic chemistry we can start biomolecules. Biomolecules. Finally, we can discuss cell structure. Cell structure is only theory. Only theory lesson. As soon as possible, let's try to complete all lessons before at least 3 months before exam. Try to complete all lessons. All lessons. It will be very helpful for your ready for the exam. Okay, this is April. And we have another 16 months. Okay, no issue. 17 lessons. We have 16 months. Within 13 months we can complete. No issue. Okay, that's all for today. Do you have any doubt? Okay, and let's meet next day, probably in 18th. Okay, 18th. Okay, then goodbye and happy new year.